Good morning, everyone. Myself, David Anup Kumar Devnath, teacher of physics, teaching in Berhampore City Public School. So, hello students. Today, I'm going to take you in the world of physics, and for the topic, I will take a topic of states of matter. As we all know that around us there are different types of matters present, and all the matters are in different states. So that is what I am going to teach today. That will be states of matter. First of all, for understanding what is exactly states of matter, we have to understand what is matter. So in that case, I'll write what is exactly matter. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. That thing is called matter. Like for an example, when we go in the class, we see the blackboard, we see the table, we see the benches, we see the pen, we see the chalks, we see the fans. So all this are nothing but the matters. So matter, as I told you, is something or anything that occupies space and has mass. Occupying space means if we keep it in a place, it will obviously gather some space or it will take up some space. That is what explains occupying the space. And has mass, that means it will have some mass. And mass, as we know, weight, mass, all those things are almost similar to each other. So in that case, matter is something which occupies space and which occupies mass and which has mass. So that is what is matter. Now, as I've already told you that today I will tell you what is exactly states of matter. So considering the states of matter, there are exactly three states of matter. Number one is solid. Number two is liquid. And number three is gas. Or gaseous, you can also say. Gaseous state. So these three are the different states of matter, as I have told you. So every matter which is present around us is completely divided into these three states of matter. Something which can be solid, something which can be liquid, and something which can be gas or gaseous. So around us, students, there are different examples of matter I told you. Like for an example, if we take the bench or if we take the table. So this is a solid state of matter. Why solid state of matter? That I'll explain you later. But first understand this. I'll tell you different examples of different states of matter. Like for example, the table is nothing but a solid state of matter. Then the liquid we have, right? That means the water, the cold drinks, whatever are those things are, those are all liquid. And third thing, your gas, that means the air around us. The most common example of gas is nothing but the air around us. The air around us has different types of gas also. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, then other inert gases. So there are different types of gases present in the air. So air, we can say it is nothing but a mixture of different gases, and these gases make up the air. So air is a very good example of the state that is gaseous state. So one by one, students, I will try to explain you different states of matter. So first of all, I will write solid. Now, hey, how exactly can we describe solid? So whenever I try to tell you about solid, inside the solid, all the particles which is present inside the solid, those particles are very close to each other and there is absolutely no space in between them, right? The particles which is present inside a solid are completely close to each other and there is absolutely no interparticular space in a solid. That's why these particles being very close to each other forms a tight bond which is almost unbreakable, and that is why your solid has the reason of being a solid. Now example of solid being a solid, we can say anything. Like for an example, if I take metal, any metal I can take, so that forms your solid. Okay, so any metal I can take. Like for an example, if I take this metal and let's say this is iron. Let's say this is iron. an iron cube made up of iron. Okay, let's say this is an iron cube made up of iron. So this is nothing but a metal, and as I told you, these things are nothing but the particles inside, small particles, or also you can call as the atoms, which are very closely packed to each other, closely packed to each other, and that is why the matter solid is called as solid. Why? Because as there is no space, they cannot exactly behave like other states of matter like liquid or gas. They are very closely bonded to each other. Here I will write closely bonded to each other. That's why this is nothing but your solid. So students, I'll give you some, as I told you, I will give you some examples of solid. Iron cubes, the table, real life example, the table, the bench, the book, everything is an example of solid. Do you know some examples of solid? Just let me know when you know if you know some examples of solid. Okay, students, now I will take you to the next thing, that is nothing but the next state of matter, which is called liquid. So next I will take you to the next state of matter, that is nothing but liquid. That is nothing but liquid. So in liquid, basically, when we try to draw the inner structure of a liquid, as I have showed you here, in solid, they are very closely attached to each other, the particles. That's why they don't have any place to move. And that is why I can say one of the properties of the solid being solid